So I just want to start off by introducing myself and my lovely partner here. My name is Darren Smith. I'm an academic technology coach. I had just recently, this is actually my very first staff development as an academic technology coach. So I'm a rookie at this. So we'll see how it goes. And my lovely assistant here is Elizabeth Robles, and she is going to be helping me out. You can see both of our Twitter handles there. Please follow us if you can. That would be great if you are a Twitter fiend. I'm not a huge, I don't post a lot, but occasionally I do get on there. So Elizabeth, would you like to say hi or say anything?
Hey everyone, so glad that you guys could join us on a Saturday morning. Darren has something really great in store for you guys today, so welcome.
We're going to try it anyways. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. So today we are going to be mainly talking about Edpuzzle. That's probably why you showed up today, was Edpuzzle. But I'm also going to try to model a blended learning style where we're going to be getting into some station rotations, and we're actually going to be going around. You are going to be getting into some stations. We're only going to do two stations. It's basically just going to be the teacher-led and then an online station with an extension station added to it. So you'll see that in a little bit. But I just wanted to kind of start off with this graphic here. And this is kind of what we're going to try out today, and we'll see how it goes. So starting off with the mission and vision. The mission for the Curriculum Instruction Department is to transform the learning experience for students. And the vision is every day, every student grows in confidence, curiosity, and capability. And then my norms, I like to keep them short and sweet. Whoops. So my norms, sorry. They are just to mute your mic and to take care of your needs when you need to, and then focus on learning today. So those are my big norms today. And if you have something to say, please unmute your mic and say, Darren, Mr. Smith, whatever. I have a question, so I'm fine with that. Or go ahead and you can put it in the chat as well. And Elizabeth's going to be kind of manning that chat for me because I'm not a good multitasker. So the objectives today, like I said, we're going to be modeling a virtual station rotation. We are going to be taking a little tour of Edpuzzle. And then we're also going to be completing an Edpuzzle, just an example of an Edpuzzle that I've kind of created for you. And then I'm going to try to extend your thinking a little bit about, how you could use Edpuzzle with these virtual station rotations. And so the first thing I want to know, I'm going to take a quick poll here. I've never done this before, so we're going to see if this works. I'm going to go ahead and launch a poll here to you all, just about kind of your experience with Edpuzzle, because I just want to get an idea of what you all, what your experience is with it. So. All right, I think I'm going to go ahead and share that out with you. And we're going to share the results there. So 67% of us have never even tried it, so that's good. That way I can really kind of help you see if this is something that you would like to use. So, and then I have 33% of you who have tried it a few times, and not a lot that have tried it all the time. So, well, good. I hope you learned something today. That's my number one goal, is that, what we do here, what I do with you is, I don't want to be wasting your time. So I want to make everything purposeful. So has this ever happened to you while you're showing a video? I mean, there's sometimes where you're showing a video and you'll just watch kids dozing in and out. And sometimes you think of videos as extremely engaging, but what's really nice about Edpuzzle that you'll find is that at least they're going to have to stop and think during that video. And that's one of the things that I really, really do like about Edpuzzle is that you're going to be able to get that from students. So some of the things why use Edpuzzles in stations. Students can rewatch the videos as many times as they need. It's almost like, having their own professor that they can hit rewind for, or a teacher that they can hit rewind for. You hold your students accountable for what they're watching and learning. You can have check for understandings throughout a video. And it's easily graded and uploaded to Schoology. And then Edpuzzle can also be assigned directly in Schoology. So those are just some of the reasons why I think it would be good to be using these. So here's what's going to be happening today. We are going to be you're mainly going to be going to 2 different stations today, okay? And I might need to adjust these times. We'll see. I think I might be about on time. My goal is to start my teacher-led instruction at 10:15 today. But we're going to be going to 3 different stations today. You're going to be going to a teacher-led station where we're just going to take a tour of Edpuzzle. You're going to be going to an online station where you're going to complete an example of an Edpuzzle for me. And then you're also going to be doing a few other things as well. And then there's an extension activity where I've just kind of got a resource page and just some different things that you can take a look at. So one of the things I really want to focus on, though, is when you're not in the teacher-led station. So for instance, if you're in breakout number 2, please make sure that you first are completing the online station, and then you're going to complete the extension activity station. So the extension station. I'm going to start off by, let me grab this, and I'm going to drop this in the chat for you guys. Hold on. Let me stop sharing really quick, and then I'll come back. All right, so if you'll do me a favor, I want you to go ahead and open this document. This is kind of what I would give the students if I were to be sending them to the station rotation. And what it is it's just, it's a clickable PDF of 4 different slides basically that I'm using for this virtual station rotation. So if you could please go ahead and open that, and once you've got it opened, you can either give me an emoji thumb up or just give me a thumb up like that, and just let me know that you've got it open so that I can see. So. All right, good. Does anybody need any help with getting that open? Like unmute yourself or, scream, whatever you need to do. It's Saturday, All right, good. This is really strange that it's totally silent, and I think we're all good though, okay? All right, good. So I'm gonna go ahead and take you back in and kind of walk you through what the stations are going to kind of look like today. So let me go ahead and share my screen again with you. So yours is gonna look like this, and you are going to, if you need to, you can maximize that screen a little bit for yourself. And these are all clickable. So when you're in the teacher-led station, you don't really need to worry about this too much, but it's mainly for those of you who are going to be in the online station and the extension activity station. So I'm going to go back to my main PowerPoint here, and I'm just going to kind of show you through very quickly what you are going to be doing, okay? So teacher-led station, you don't need to know about that because I'll be going through that one for you. But so the online station, these are all clickable links for you to kind of be taking a look at. The first thing you're going to do there is you're going to complete the Edpuzzle example using this link here. And one of the really powerful features about Edpuzzle is it has something called an open class, where students don't even need to sign in. So you're not even gonna have to sign in for this one. It's just gonna be a link. It's gonna take you directly to my Smith sample group class. And you are going to be completing the Edpuzzle. It is kind of interesting. I created it out of a YouTube 360 degree. So you get to kind of move around while you're answering the questions, and you might get a little seasick, I don't know. We'll see. All right. You're also going to, I put in here, especially for the first group that goes to the online station, to make sure that you create an Edpuzzle account. And please use sign in with Google. It makes life so much easier for us, like for everybody. Like you don't have to remember 1,000 passwords. So, and then there's a little link to a quick video that you can kind of walk through. And really you only need to watch like the first maybe 30 seconds of that video, and it will show you how to do it. It's pretty self-explanatory how to sign up for an account if you don't have one. So you may already have one. I know there were 5 of you or whatever, I think, that have already kind of used it a few times. So, and then when you're done with the online station, you're going to go into the extension activity. The extension station. So this is the extension station. There is a resource page there that you can click. And on that resource page, it just has a bunch of different links that I've kind of provided there for you. That middle video is like super long and you don't need to watch it, but if you really want to know a lot about Schoology and Edpuzzle and the integration, then you can watch that. But that's just something that too, like if you need to go back to that later, you're deciding to use it in your classroom, that's part of the reason why I put that there. So, and then during this extension station too, if you just want to start looking at some of the content in Edpuzzle and trying to, maybe you've got something coming up in the next couple of weeks and you want to try putting it into a station, go ahead and try to come up with some of that stuff, okay? Try to think of some content that you could put in there. So, and then I also put 3 different templates here of virtual station rotations that you could use in your classroom. And you can, it's gonna let you make a copy if you want to. When you click on this link, it's gonna say, this is just a preview, and if you click use template, then it will make a copy for you in your drive. So, so that's, I stole the one that I used from this one. This is by Stephanie DeMichelle, and she's a blended learning person with Catlin Tucker. I'm not sure if you know about them, but she's kind of part of that group. So that's kind of the model that I used with. I just changed it a little bit, so kind of made it my own. Okay, so it is almost, look at that, it's almost 10:15. And that means that we are going to be starting with breakout group number 1 and 2. But before we do that, I want to make sure, are there any questions at all from any of you? So what I'm going to be doing here in a little bit is I'm going to put you into 2 breakout rooms. My first meeting is going to be at about 10:15, and it might be we might be a little bit late on that, and I'm going to work with the teacher led while breakout room number 2. Elizabeth will probably be kind of in that group just in case if you guys need any help with anything. But remember, if you're not in that teacher-led station, then you're going to be working first on the online station and then on the extension activity. Okay. Are there any questions? It's crickets. No questions? All right. I know teachers are the worst at following directions. I am a teacher. I mean, I'm really bad at following directions, I know, but so, all right, I hope you all are good. I'm gonna go ahead now and put you all into your breakout rooms. So let me stop sharing here. You sure there's no questions? Everyone's good? At least give me a thumb up, like something. All right. I know it's Saturday morning. Y'all are like,
Oh, the joys of virtual teaching when you're like talking to a wall.
I know. And I know that, yeah. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and put you into some breakout rooms, and I will be meeting with that first group first. So breakout room number 1. The rest of you, feel free to unmute yourself and be like, what is he talking about? What do I need to do? Like, that's fine. You can do that. Or Elizabeth will go in there and try to help out. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and put you in to the breakout rooms now, and I will see breakout room number 1 in a little bit. Okay. Sherry, are you there? Oh, there we go. Lily, could you join? Oh, there we go. All right. All right. So a little bit smaller group. So please feel free to unmute if you have any questions so far too, like let me know. And if I'm saying something and you just have a question, please feel free to unmute yourself. Like I'm really not good at multitasking, so I will try to do my best in the chat, but unmuting will probably be the best for me, for you to just be like, hey, stop, what about this? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen now. And we are going to take a look at Edpuzzle, okay? So when you open Edpuzzle, this is kind of the basics of what it looks like, okay? Once you create your account, and I'm gonna mainly kind of go over some of the different tabs that it has and get you an idea of just really quickly how you can create a video for yourself. So I'm going to start here over to the left-hand side with the My Content area. And when you're in My Content, you can add content. And so I'm going to go ahead here and click on the Add Content, and you have different options. You can create a video, you can upload a video, so you could create your own video as a screencast, and you could actually post it here, and you could ask questions for the students. Now, I know that's a lot of work, but if that's something that you'd like to do, then you can do that as well. And then also, you can create a student project, and you can actually have the student create their own video for that. So, and I'll show you that in a second here too. I created it for my student, or not my student, but my son. So that is something that you are able to do as well. So I'm going to just go to create a video here really quick. And we're going to just type in, let's go with fractions. So what's really nice here about fractions, or about the content section, is now that I have this, I can just kind of scroll through and see what it is that I like. And this one looks good. Let's kind of go with this very first one. You can watch the video here and take a look at it. But if you scroll down here too, you'll see that all of these people have created their own version of this video with questions already. So these little, see how that says here, this video has 4 questions. So we could and this one has 8 questions. So we could take a look at some of these and we could see like, hey, is this teacher asking the same questions that I would want to ask? And you can actually edit their questions as well. So I'm going to press play here really quick and kind of show you the basics of that. Good old Khan Academy. So I don't know if my volume is working. Did you guys hear the Khan Academy dude talking? No, I didn't think so. That's all right though. As long as you can hear me, you can still hear me, right? Yeah, okay, good. So what you can do here now is you can decide, so I guess we're just actually previewing this right here. Let me go to, I'm gonna click here on edit. And when I click here on edit, this is where I can actually change those questions out if I don't like them. These are a lot of questions, and there might be some notes there and stuff. So you can even fast forward and take a look at the different. So the teacher was just like asking them to draw in their math folder. There's another little note to them. So you can just put little notes throughout the videos, just kind of stop and think sort of. But then you can also create multiple choice questions and open-ended questions. So we can edit these questions, we can delete these questions. We can make this our own is what's really nice about this, is we can take someone else's work and just kind of recreate it and make it our own. One of the things you can sometimes do to your own, you can do voiceovers. Anything on YouTube, though, it's not going to allow for a voiceover. So that is one thing about the YouTube videos that you'll be, which we put a lot of YouTube video. A lot of people use YouTube videos with Edpuzzle. So once you've edited it, you can go ahead and finish. And this is where you can assign it. You can still edit it again, do whatever you need to do to it. But if you were to assign this, you would just click on assign and you would go to whatever group here you have. You can give it a due date. You can also prevent them from skipping this. You can turn on closed captioning. There's lots of different kind of ways that you can change that up. Okay. All right, I'm going to X out of this and we are going to go.
I have a real quick question.
Yes, perfect.
Okay, so like in the beginning, which I was super excited about, you said that it was a feature called Open Class, and so the kids wouldn't have to have a sign-in required. So like if I assign something to them, can I literally just give them a link in a chat for them to do it right then and there, and they don't have to sign in or anything?
Yes. So I'm gonna show you that here in a second. When I get to, I think it's under my classes. Yeah, there is an area where you can do that. So let me just kind of go back out to my main page here. So there's a lot of content out there, and I don't want to spend too much time on any one spot. So one of the nice really things too about this is you get to see real-time data while they're answering the question. You get to see how far they are through the video and everything. So so this is this is what the gradebook looks like. And I'm going to kind of try to come back and show you this because as you all are taking that Edpuzzle for me, I want to show you some of those grade analytics when we all come back together. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my classes here, and I'm going to show you how you can create an open class since you were talking about that, Alicia. So in order to do that, all I need to do is go to where it says my classes, press the plus, and you're just going to toggle to the open course. So it says with this, like I said, all you're doing now is you're just giving them a link. Now, one of the things about the open class is that you have to trust that the kids are going to put in their real names, right? Like they're not going to come up with like SpongeBob or whatever. So you are going to want to just be really careful about asking them to put in their real names. And But as long as they do that, it works. It works really well. This is a newer thing from when I used to use it back in the day. They did not have an open class. They had to sign in through Google, which made it a little bit more difficult. So that open class right now, I'm surprised I don't see anybody taking the class. I don't know if they haven't gotten to it yet. There we go. So we are seeing some real-time data right now. I can see as people are doing it, I get to see all those analytics right now. So you can see, some of them haven't been turned in, some of them have already been turned in there, okay, from the other groups. So, and then the open-ended questions too are very, very easy to grade. Like, it's just like, you're just checking it off right here, off to the side. And all of this gets uploaded directly to Schoology as well, which is really, really nice to have. So, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go back to my classes. I do wanna show you also, you can do what's called a live session as well with Edpuzzle, and how that would be run is, like, old school, we used to like show it up on the big screen and you'd have the video playing. Well, it's kind of like that, where you'd show it up on the big screen, but everyone's got their devices and the video's not showing on their screen, but it's showing on the big screen, and then they're answering questions during that on their own devices. And the way that you do that is by creating a live, it's just, it says go live here. So I don't want to model that because I just don't have enough time today, but I think that's a really powerful feature too. Like, if you're going old school and like you got the big screen up there, and then I think that would be something that would really be a good way to watch as a whole class, sort of. So, okay. I want to also show you a few.
Can I ask a follow-up on that one?
Yes.
So if the kids are doing the questions and such, if a teacher's like on a separate device, can they see the data that comes in?
Yes. So just like this data here that you see, you can see that data as well coming in. So you'll get real-time data right there in front of you during the video.
That's cool.
So yeah.
I'm in here 3 seconds. I learned something already.
All right. Cool. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to take you back here. I just want to give you, a lot of people are like, well, how much does it cost? Like, everything that I'm kind of, what's really nice about Edpuzzle is everything is free until you get to 20 videos, is what it basically is. And a lot of these platforms now are doing that, where they're offering their services for free, but you only get so much storage. So with this, you only get 20 videos worth of storage. You can delete those and replace them. So that is nice, but you won't have them for next year. So, but at least you get 20 videos, which isn't bad. I did reach out to them about if you're assigning a video and having the students create their own video, what that's like. But I think that just counts as one video. Even though all your students are going to be handing videos into you, I think it counts as one, according to what I got from Edpuzzle. So I sent them a quick email the other day to try to get an understanding of that. So let me go back really quick and show you that piece of the student project in Edpuzzle. So this is one that, let me see. So this is kind of what it looks like. You are going to be kind of assigning them their goal. So I just put here, find a video that shows you understand the difference between structure and function. And then in the instructions here, I put add notes and questions that explain the difference between structure and function. And what the students are going to do then is find their own video, and they're going to be explaining this. So I know that you can't hear this, but I do want to just quickly, in fact, I'm going to mute it on my end since, so what's really cool about this is, the students can put in notes and kind of explain the difference between like structure and function. So that's kind of what, I don't know why it's not working for me right now. Oh, there we go. So here it says a structure of the hummingbird is its long forked tongue that you can see here. And so they can actually just create different, isn't that cool? And so here it says, the function of the tongue is to get into narrow spaces to gather nectar. So students could actually create their own Edpuzzle using that feature. So, all right. So I do have one more thing to show you. So I'm going to be a little bit late to my second breakout room, but I think that we should be okay on time. So I'm going to take you into Schoology and Edpuzzle really quick. And I was originally going to have you like join this class, but don't worry about joining it. If you want to, you're welcome to go back and join it later. But I am going to just take you there really quick to show you what it looks like within Edpuzzle. I did put some of the resources that I have here too. So for them, for the teacher, they are just literally going to click Add Material, go to Edpuzzle, and they are going to, one of the things that's kind of tricky about this is they have to click Watch first, and then you have to scroll down, and then that's where you can assign it, is right there. So you can just assign this directly in Edpuzzle, and then the students are just going to click on the link right in there. And what's really good about this, like I said, is that it passes back to the gradebook in Schoology. So when you click back here on, on the gradebook, you are going to see what they get on that Edpuzzle. Now, there's not many apps out there that are doing that for us now, I know. So this is one that is one really nice feature with Schoology. So, all right. Do you all have any questions for me before I go into the next class? And I think those are the main things that I wanted to kind of show you today. So, any questions before I go into the other breakout? Y'all good?
Thank you.
All right, thank you. So go ahead and go to the two stations there, and you're going to go to the online station and then the extension station. So, and start exploring. Check it out. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys.
Explored that a little bit more than I have.
Okay.
Hi.
Hey.
Oh,
Howdy.
Okay.
Oh, they're talking to you. Nobody will talk
Yeah.
to me.
Oh, I'm making them. I'm like trying to pull it out of them.
Yeah.
No, they're doing awesome. But we did have a great question come up that I was struggling to answer. You know
Okay.
how they have that new Go Live feature?
Yep.
Do you happen to know if, I've not run one, so I don't know really how it works, but do you know if they're still able to use the Schoology connection so it will grade it automatically in Schoology with that? Or like can they click it from Schoology still and then the teacher still click Go Live?
I'm not positive.
Okay.
But what I can do is when I show you that feature, we'll take a look at it and see. Well, when I go into Schoology, we'll kind of take a look. So remind
Great.
me
Okay, will do.
when we get in there. So, okay.
Awesome.
All
Thanks.
right.
All right. All right. Thank you. Oh, I have an unassigned. Are you manning the unassigns, Elizabeth? Yeah.
Yes. I've been
Okay.
going back and checking those. Yes.
Thank you. I don't know what I would do without you right now.
You're doing great.
All right.
I'm going to
Thank
go
you.
check out room 1.
All right. Thanks. Awesome. All right. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and take you on a little tour of Edpuzzle. And you guys are now probably a little bit more familiar with it because you've already started kind of poking around in there a little bit. So please unmute if you have any questions at all. Because sometimes it's hard for me to look at the chat as well. So like I said, I'm not a good multitasker. All right, so let's take a look at Edpuzzle. I hope that you all had a chance to go ahead and make an account if you hadn't made an account. That was one of my big goals, is to at least have you guys make that account for you. So I'm going to start here within content, and I'm just going to show you some of the features with the content. This right now is on my content. So there's different examples. You got one of the things that is a little bit cumbersome about Edpuzzle is like when I'm on this home, it doesn't say add content, but you can search content and still put it to your own content. But I like to just work from the my content section. And what I like about this is when I go up here to add content, this gives me my my choices. I can create a video, and that's the one I'm going to mainly show you. You can upload your own video. So if you screencast one of your lessons, you can screencast it, and then you can have students stop and ask questions and upload questions to it as well. So, and then also I'm going to try to show you too the student project as well. So that student project, the students can actually create their own Edpuzzle. So they can search for a video and they can add notes to that video based off of the criteria that you give them, which I think is a really cool feature that they have. And I had never really used that before in the classroom. But I would totally use it now that I know about it. I'm like, wow, that's pretty awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and create a video here and just kind of take you through the steps of what I would do to start looking for a video. So I've just been searching for fractions. Why not? And I am going to, this is where you can put specific, there's not like specific teaks necessarily, but you can kind of make these your own. So this is one that I can just take a look at here if I want to. And you get to observe other people's Edpuzzles here with this. So if I click play, and my volume is not sharing for some reason. So so you're not going to be able to hear anything, but this is an example of a teacher actually, doing their lesson and then doing check for understandings throughout. So you can see here, these are the questions that are coming up, and I have to keep moving y'all around. I'm sorry. And I'm going to go ahead and skip that. Now, if I like this, I'm like, yeah, this looks good. I could take it and I can edit it and I can make it my own. So you can cut the size of it. So you can snip it so that it's not quite as long. And then sometimes you can do voiceovers depending on how they're using it. If it's on if it's on YouTube, then you can't do a voiceover. But if it's not on YouTube, you can do like stop and voiceovers on the video throughout. So this one you actually can. So, and then you can add your own questions and notes, or you can edit their questions and notes as well. So you could go here to one of their questions, and maybe you wanted to edit this, you can click on edit and you can change this out, okay? So I think that's a really good feature that they have. So I don't want to get too much into that, but I just wanted to show you just really quickly kind of, once you press finish, this is where you can actually then assign it if you would like. So I can go ahead and click, I'll click assign here, and you can assign it to whatever group you would like. Now you can assign it to your Schoology class in Edpuzzle, but you can do it in Schoology, which I'll show you here in a second as well. So I'm not gonna follow through with saving that one, but I did want to show you the grade book as well. So is this the one that you guys did? No.
I'm sorry, I have a quick question before
Yeah.
I forget.
Yes, no problem. That's exactly what I want you to do.
Is it best to access Edpuzzle through Schoology as opposed to going just straight to Edpuzzle so that we can assign it and the grades will sync automatically?
I would. Yeah. I mean, it is really, from my experience so far, it has been very, very easy. So I'll kind of show you it. My goal is to have you guys do it in or in Schoology so that you could see the real-time data in there. But unfortunately, through Edpuzzle, for some reason, it wouldn't work for giving you the link. It took you to your teacher account instead of a student account. So it wouldn't work that way. But for students, it does work. So that's why you'll see here, like Carter Smith, that's my son. So he has kind of done I've kind of had him get in and do some of these things because it didn't work for me. Oh, I do want to show you here. This is a student created Edpuzzle. I didn't show you guys this, right? No. Okay. So this is a student created Edpuzzle, and when you create the student created one, you can kind of give them your goal and just give them your instructions here, and then they can actually create their own video. So this is just a video that sorry, I needed to turn down the volume so it's not blaring in my ear. So this is a video that I assigned to them, and they can stop, they could put questions if they would like to, and they can put notes in there. So one of the things I asked for them to do was just explain the difference kind of between structure and function. And so you could have them find videos and like add those notes to there, or they could put questions there as well. They can't share it between students, but they do get to share it with you, and you could show it to the class or something, I think, if you would like. So, all right. So I wanted to show you that really quickly. But I do want to get back out to, I wanted to show, so let's take a look at this sample course. This is the sample course, and you can see I have 15 new answers here. And this is all real-time data of what's happening. So your answers are in here. You guys got hundreds. Great job. So this will show you, how long students watch the video. I thought it showed that data. Maybe it doesn't. Yeah, I guess I can't find that in there right now.
If they're required to watch the videos, though, then don't you know how long it took them?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so I mean, you will know that. So, I thought it had like other data in there though, where like it said how many times they rewatched it, and but I guess it's not in there right now. So, that go live feature, that is right here. So when I'm in my class and I click on the assignment, that's where I can hit the go live button. And then that's where it's showing on the big screen, and they are at their seats, and the video is not showing on their device, but the questions will show up on their device. So, which I think is kind of cool that you can use that. So let's take a look in Schoology here, and I'm gonna go into Schoology, and we're gonna try this out. I haven't tried this before. So so when you are adding a Edpuzzle video, you're gonna click here, we're gonna go to Edpuzzle, and then we are going to, you have to click watch, which is a little bit cumbersome. Like I was just looking for like a blue assign button, but that doesn't show up until you click watch. And then you scroll down here to where it says assign, okay? So let's take a look at what happens when we do assign this. Nope. It won't let you, it won't let you do the go live. But what you could do I think you could probably put like a link to there if you wanted to, and do it that way. You could.
Well, my question was mostly regarding that. So I've got my live students and my asynchronous, and I didn't want to have to take the scores from my live students and then put that into Schoology. I was just wondering if I could skip a step and have it put it into Schoology.
Oh, yeah.
Not
See,
really.
I don't think it will let
Okay.
you do it that way. That's too
That's
bad.
all
That
right.
would be, yeah. I'll let you, if I figure something out, like, I'll let you know, but it didn't look like it gave you that opportunity when I did that. So
Okie dokie. Thanks.
yeah. Yeah, that would be nice though, because that pass back grade feature is really neat. So I will show you in here, when you go to the grade book in here then, so we only had the one student take it, but you can see here that it passes back directly into Schoology pretty seamlessly, so which is nice. So there's one other thing that I wanted to show you guys, just to talk about the pricing. Everything that you've seen here is free. The only difference is this 20 videos. You are only going to get 20 videos in your My Content. So that's the biggest downfall to it, I guess, to the free account. But if you want to, you can delete. And another thing that Edpuzzle does is if like you share with colleagues, you do get to increase your storage. So I know that they have different programs where if you're sharing Edpuzzle with other teachers and getting the word out there, that they start bumping up your video storage. So, all right. Are there any questions? All right. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go back to the main room. Hopefully everyone in the other room is ready to go, but it'll give us a little countdown. So, so we'll see you back in the main room and we'll kind of talk together about some of the stuff that you saw. So. Howdy, y'all.
Hello, hello.
All right, I think we got everyone back. So, so are there any questions? Well, let me go to my slide here really quickly. So are there any questions at all about anything in any of those stations? Give you just a little bit of wait time if you want to unmute.
Darren, we did have a question regarding the ability for students to go back and like fix their work. And I had thought it was a setting, but then I ended up finding a support article that in fact says that it's not a capability that the teacher would have to reset what the student has done. Is that what you have found to be the case as well?
I think so, yeah. There's a quick like unsubmit button for the teacher to hit. Let me see if I can find that really quick. But they would have to start over. Let me go to that open class really quick here. So I think where you would do it is you would just click there and delete attempt is how you would do that. So they would have to start all the way over again, but yeah.
Thank you for showing that.
No problem.
That was a good question.
Yeah, that was a great question. Thank you. So I already did show you kind of that grade analytics part in Schoology and Edpuzzle. I do want to show you too. I put this little question mark here. I was originally going to, something that you could do if you were in these virtual station rotations is you could have, this is just a link to a Jamboard where you could have the students, instead of coming up and bothering you like in a concurrent setting, you could have them put it onto the sticky note. I just thought that this would be, you could use the chat feature as well, but this could be something that you could just kind of have opened up on your screen. It was a suggestion in one of those models that I was kind of showing you. I just don't know if it would work for me necessarily, just because that's one more thing to manage. So I don't know, but I did want to at least put that in there for you, for like, while you're in your student-led station, students could be dropping in questions here if they would like to ask different questions, and you could try to respond. And I put like, maybe you could respond with a blue sticky. So that is something that I at least wanted to show you. So I really liked this quote, and I feel like this is kind of what we were just doing, right? So blended learning provides an opportunity to move from the traditional rigid teacher-centered classroom to a more open, learner-centered environment. And I hope that you guys, took advantage of that time in your stations, with the online station and with the extension station. You have to have trust and autonomy in your students. And as long as you've got that culture in your classroom, I really feel like this is something that, you could pull off in a setting. So I wanted to, like I said, I had never tried this before, but I at least wanted to try it and give it a shot. And so I hope you guys got a little something out of it as well. And here are some of the credits. So that's Stephanie DeMichelle. That's one of the templates that I had in the resources part. And then Dr. Catlin Tucker, she's a blended learning kind of expert, and she's kind of from that group as well. So my hope is that you got at least one idea that you can use in your classroom. I hope so much that something purposeful came from this. And if you want to try this out, please reach out to myself or your tech coach with any questions that you might have about, trying to do this, whether it's the Edpuzzle or whether it's, you coming up with your own virtual station rotation within your classroom. So do you guys have any questions at all?
I do have one more.
All right.
So since the students do have the ability to create their own, and you did mention when we were in our breakout room that they can't share it with each other, but of course they share it with us. Once we have access to that, can we edit that and share it with the rest of the students? Do you know if that's an option?
I don't know. Let me see if I can go in here really quick.
I think they can, because I think you can take any lesson that someone has created and make a copy of it and then share it with the class. So I think that would be
yeah, I think so.
possibility.
I think so too. Oops, there we go. No, that we don't want to do that. I don't know for sure if you can. Because it doesn't really give you. Because I know that
There
they
are
don't.
3 dots by it, like when you exit out of that screen.
Let me see. Oh yeah.
Save in my content, and then you would be able to assign it.
Good.
Yeah, that's great.
Good.
Great
You
Thank
question.
y'all. Thank y'all. Appreciate that.
good. Yeah, no problem. All right. Anything else?
There's another question in the chat that I can answer. It says, as you're looking through the content, is there a way to flag certain videos? Is there like a heart, or is there, you just need to add those to your library?
I think you usually just need to add it to your library. That's another thing. Well, let's look at this. Yeah, there's not really like a heart. Like I know that that's what you can do like on Seesaw, but I think that you need to actually put it into your library, and then you'll have it there. That's kind of like hearting it, I think. So, yeah.
Can you show me? Okay, I'm a little confused. So I was doing an Edpuzzle. I went into the fractions one, and I
Yeah.
was looking at the video. So if I want my students to do that one or edit it and then put it in Schoology, what do I do again to put it in Schoology, or just assign it from Edpuzzle?
Okay, so you're first gonna need to assign it in Edpuzzle. Put it. It has to live in My Content, right?
Okay.
Once it's in My Content, then that's where you can go to Schoology, and when you open it up there, that's where you can add it in there.
Okay.
So the Schoology will only show up the stuff that's in My Content. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank
Cool.
you.
No problem. All right.
I actually have a non-Edpuzzle question, if I may.
Okay.
I noticed when you had your Schoology open, you had a bunch of connected apps. You had, Edpuzzle and Nearpod and stuff like that. So how do you connect other apps to Schoology, or are you special?
I'm special. I'm sorry. I wish that I could share all those apps with the teachers too. Like I totally.
Are you testing them or something?
Yeah, a lot of it is just us testing things. So
Okay.
yeah, that's mostly what it is. So.
Okay, so we're limited to just what we find when we go into resources, and then the apps or install apps is just, that's what we're limited to right now?
Yeah, for right now.
Okay.
And as the district approves other vendors to do that with, they will get, so like right now I'm working for like with STEM scopes and trying to get STEM scopes to talk to each other. So, yeah, so. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for spending your Saturday morning with me. You guys are doing amazing work out there, and please reach out to your tech coach if you need any help. We would love to help you out in the classroom.